Hey, this is Wileen Benson, and you are on the Daily Gratitude Call, where we start every day in gratitude. Gratitude is the highest energy state that we can be in. It creates a frequency of positive vibration that attracts positive experiences into our lives. Hey everybody, this is Wileen Benson. This is our daily gratitude call, and I appreciate you guys joining us today. We have quite a few people on our live call, and I want to welcome all of those of you who are listening to the podcast as well. We are using a new format. We've switched over to Zoom. We had some issues with the conference line, and we're trying this new format, new platform for our gratitude call. So I'd love to get any feedback. You can go to our Breakthrough with Gratitude Facebook group and give us some feedback on this new platform, what you're thinking about it. We're trying it out for a week, and so I'd just love to get some feedback. Thanks everybody for joining, and just looking forward to what we get to learn today. We're going to set the timer for 90 seconds. We're going to have a private silent meditation. And I feel like because we are on this new platform, and for some people, this is the first time they've ever even heard of Zoom and trying it out for the first time. And I just want to give, celebrate those people who were willing to try a new skill. And that's what we're going to focus on today, is gratitude for new skills, and to see what we get to learn. So I'm going to set the timer for 90 seconds, and I encourage you to grab some paper and a pen, write down whatever comes to you, and then after this 90 seconds, we're going to share what we learned during this 90-second private meditation. So private silent meditation, gratitude for new skills, 90 seconds, begin. All right, our 90-second meditation is done, and I'm just going to share a couple things that came to me. I'm really grateful that I can learn new skills, and the quote came to me: "You can't teach an old dog new tricks." And I'm so grateful that I'm not an old dog. I'm 56, and I think there are a lot of people at 56 that think that they're done learning and are just going to be the way they are the rest of their lives. But I'm not one of those people. And if I want to stay relevant, if I want to be accessible, if I want to be flexible and able to connect in lots of different ways, then I need to stay up with even new inventions that are going to be happening over this next decade. We have no idea the different ways that we can connect through this next decade. You know, when the telephone was invented, that was a whole new world that was created. And I'm sure there were a lot of people that were afraid to even learn how to dial a telephone. So I'm just really grateful that I have the ability to learn new skills, and that I'm willing to learn new skills, and that there are inventions going on all the time that are going to make our lives easier, that we get to learn how to use. Who else would like to share?
I'll share. Oh, Daniel, you're there? Great.
Let's go Daniel and then Felicia. Thanks.
Yeah, somehow I'm struggling with this. I'm one of those guys who are just like too conservative. So anyway, I'm just grateful to be able to make myself heard. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, there's a lot of symbolism to that, isn't it? Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate you putting the effort in to be heard, and you figured it out. Thank you.
Oh, I haven't, but I'll try.
Well, we can hear you. Thank you. Felicia.
Well, yes, willingness is what really struck me, the willingness to be not expert, to be vulnerable and to have this beginner's mind. And then this, but what really struck me was the unlimited opportunity we have as human beings. There is no upper limit to the skills and things that we can try. And as you say, what's coming in the future it just makes this the dark ages.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Definitely willingness to be the beginner in a new skill. Thank you. Well,
this is Gary.
Hey, Gary.
I think that came to my mind is letting go of being a people pleaser. I think being a people pleaser is, trying to get everybody to like you and blah, blah, blah. And I think it leads down a bad path. So I want to be grateful to be able to let that process go and to let in people that I can help and add value to their life. So that's what flashed through my mind.
Wow, thank you. That's a really great insight that as you know, when we're learning a new skill, we like not just being willing to be the student, to be the beginner, but also being willing to let other people see us as a beginner and not worrying about, how other people are going to receive that. Is that kind of what you were meaning, Gary, or is there some other thought you'd like to share?
I would say that and people pleasing, trying to get everybody to like you. And I don't think that's really impossible. You know what I mean? You could do everything right and somebody's going to still not like what you do. So
awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that different insight. Who else would like to share?
I have something. It's Luann.
Okay, Luann, thanks.
The first thought I had was, don't be so quick to give up and think that you cannot learn something. It's so easy just to say, oh, I'm not capable of that, or that's too hard. So anyway.
Thank you. Because just pushing through that, then just a little bit at a time, right? We get better. Thank you. Let's maybe get one more share before we shift over to our permission process.
Well, I was thinking how, at any age we can learn, and maybe maybe our mind isn't as sharp as when we were younger, but, or maybe we're just so settled in. But learning new skills takes focus and discipline and a desire. So if you have a desire, like I've got a desire to learn to do something new, and it's taking it's taking patience, and it's taking focus. It's studying to learn a new skill is you've got to be still or focused on that particular thing. And if it's reading or doing, it just takes fortitude and that desire just to stick with the game, stick with the training, I guess, to learn that new skill.
I love that.
And I'm just I'm just grateful that I can push myself forward, because it's so easy to go, oh, I can't do this, or I can't get this, and what was I thinking? But just keep going.
Awesome.
And that's what I'm doing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. My daughter and her husband came over a few days ago. They had given me a new game. You said something about sticking with the game, and this flashed into my mind. They had given me a game for Christmas and we hadn't played it yet. And so they stopped by, I think it was Friday night, and said, let's play that game. And so I was reading the directions, and I mean, it took us like a good 30 minutes just to even figure out how to start. And I do remember making the comment, once we get this down, this is going to be super fun. And, it was fun just as we were figuring it out, communicating together, trying to figure out how to play this game. But I remember making that a comment that when we get this down, this is going to be super fun. And for us to really push through that learning stage, the desire, the discipline, the focus, the patience, all of those things that happen as we're learning a new skill, till it gets fun. It's like easy. You can just sit down and do it, no problem. Thank you.
I just wanted to say
okay.
that what I heard you and also Mary talk about is this practice. Practice is an element of this. It's not like a certain amount of magic time goes by and 6 months later, I've got this skill. It's like, well, did I practice? And that can be a little bit at a time, and use the patience and the desire, but there is the doing of it.
Well, thank you. Super important for us to realize that it's not just time going by. It definitely is putting the effort in, having that discipline to continue and practicing for it to become a skill. Learning new skills, it's not a skill until after we've practiced it. Thank you.
And I heard someone say massive imperfect action. Like, don't worry. If you're a potter, don't worry about how good the pots are. Just keep making them, and they do get better.
That's true. So true. We, in our mastermind group that we're doing, the Lord's Way to Wealth, that's one of the skills that I'm encouraging everyone to develop, is the ability to do your daily GPS and receive those inspired shortcuts and taking action on them. And that's a skill. It's a skill to be able to ask, receive, and take action on those inspired shortcuts. Is there maybe one last comment before we shift over to our permission process? All right, well, let's go ahead and everybody take a deep breath. We've created a really great space. A lot of, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to feel a little resistance to developing a new skill. And all we have to do is just continue forward, creating that massive action, having patience with ourselves, forgiving ourselves, putting in some discipline and focus. One more deep breath. And in this space of being open to learn new skills, and maybe the new skill that you were learning was how to get on Zoom this morning, whatever, just be open to know what is the new skill that you are learning or that you need to learn that maybe you have been resisting. What is a new skill that you've been resisting for whatever reason? And go ahead and write that skill down. And also what the limiting belief is that has been holding you back from really giving it 100%, from allowing yourself to learn that skill, to become proficient at it, allow yourself to be not good at it for a time, and practice it until you master it. What is the skill that's really important for you to learn? It's one of the next steps that you really need to prepare yourself for the place that you're going, your ultimate destination, your goals that you're wanting to achieve. What is the skill that is required and necessary for you to achieve that, but that you have been resisting? And what's the limiting belief that is stopping you or that's making you resist? And as you're getting clear with what that limiting belief is, I invite you to examine the cost of it. If you know that this is a skill that is really necessary for you to receive the to arrive at the ultimate destination where you want, receive this gift that you've been wanting to create in your life, what is the cost of having that limiting belief to that ultimate destination, to that goal being fulfilled? And now that you know what that cost is, you have a choice. You can hold on to that limiting belief. You can continue holding on to that limiting belief and create the outcome that you know is inevitable, or you can give yourself permission to choose something different. And if you're ready to choose a different outcome, say yes.
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 Awesome. And then what are those new beliefs that are going to empower you to step forward confidently into this new skill? And as you're beginning to master this new skill, will definitely create a different outcome. What are the new beliefs that will empower you to really embrace this, developing this new skill? And now that you have a list of new beliefs, I invite you to use those new beliefs to really infuse yourself with the power and the courage and the confidence to be able to step into this new skill, into learning this new skill with willingness, with forgiveness for yourself, with confidence, and not worrying about how you're perceived, struggling with this new skill, or how you're perceiving yourself struggling with this new skill. Just allow these new beliefs to help you become the master of this new skill that you know is the next step for you to achieve what you want, what you desire. Use these new beliefs to really empower you and infuse you with the power, the courage, and the confidence to become the master by beginning. And just breathing in that new feeling of courage and confidence. What is the one most important thing that you could do today that will allow you to really step into this new skill and begin with maybe even feeling like a kindergartner or even younger than a kindergartner, like a toddler just barely learning how to walk? What is the one most important thing that you could do today that would give you evidence that this is possible? That it's possible for you to master this skill, even if you're feeling like a toddler right now. What is your inspired shortcut to becoming a master at this skill? And giving yourself permission to become a master at this skill. All right, and we do have a little bit of time. We have gone a little bit past our normal ending time, so I know there might be some of you who need to drop off, and that's totally fine. But we still do have a few minutes left for our 30-minute call. That's what we try to have this be, 30 minutes, around 30 minutes. So I'm going to just open it up for some shares. I'll share my new beliefs. The first one is, I am mastering the art of connection to my audience, with my audience. I'm going to say with my audience. And I connect, I changed that. I am willing to connect with my audience. there are some specific ways to connect on social media that I am definitely not a master at. And so these new beliefs are going to empower me to be able to take those first steps into mastering that skill of connecting through social media. Who else would like to share?
This is Gary. I am highly disciplined and efficient when working.
Ooh, I love that. I'm highly disciplined and efficient when working. Thank you. I'm gonna steal that one, but I'm also gonna cut off when working, because I think it's good to be highly disciplined and efficient at all times.
Okay.
I'm gonna take that one. Thank you. Who else would like to share?
I'll share a couple. So I have an open, willing heart, and God shows me how.
Mm,
And then I openly receive the best experiences to help me develop this new skill.
beautiful. I love that open feeling. Thank you. Those are awesome.
My new belief is I am playing my way to mastery.
Mm, I love that. I love that energy of playing to mastery. Thank you. Anybody else?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I am grateful that I am capable. I am able to access divine help when needed. I am powerful at learning. I am connecting my mind with the words on the page.
Mm,
And I am learning with ease.
those are all really powerful. I'll make sure that all of these get posted on the blog. These are all really powerful. Thank you. I also encourage anybody who hasn't had a chance to share, if you have some new beliefs that you'd like to share with us, you can always go to the Breakthrough with Gratitude page and type them in there. Always love to see what everybody else has to share and celebrate with you on your journey to mastery. Thank you. Any last thoughts before we end the call today?
Eileen, it occurred to me after speaking about it, it's the concept for me is I'm playing the game. Like this is not super serious. This is like that fun game that your daughter and son-in-law brought over. Like I'm playing this, and it takes that heavy significance out of it, and it turns it into the ease that it takes to actually master anything.
I love that. I love that idea. And, even with a game, there are some rules. There are some things that, as long as you go according to rules, the game kind of works out. But I have also noticed that in games, we as players of the game can agree together that there are some alterations to the rules that would maybe, work better for us as a family or as a group. And so if we can all agree on some little changes to the rules, then that's helpful too, and it makes it even more fun. So thank you. I appreciate you, Felicia, bringing that to our awareness.
I'm really grateful, Felicia, that I am playing the game of study.
Yes, it
feels so good and light.
Thank you.
And I'm the master of my new skill.
I'm the master of my new skill. I love that. All right, awesome. Well, we are at the end of the time. We're going to go ahead and close the call. Thank you so much, everybody, for sharing this. I have a big smile on my face. I'm just like super excited to jump into this new skill. It doesn't feel heavy at all. I think I had been comparing myself to people who already had it mastered. And so I just want to throw that out there too, that comparison really doesn't serve. We're just comparing ourselves to maybe a toddler, a brand new person learning a new skill. And it's okay. It's great. It's play. It's fun. It's interesting. It's exciting. Just looking forward to and also projecting myself forward, that once this skill is mastered, how much more influence and connection I'll be able to have with those people who need to hear what I have to offer. So thank you all for joining the call today. Look forward again to connecting on the Breakthrough with Gratitude page, and excited for what we get to learn this week. So we'll look forward to being back here on the Zoom link. And if you are new to the call, if you're listening to this recording and you want to know how to get on the call, go to that Breakthrough with Gratitude page and look at, I've pinned an announcement at the top with the Zoom information. We'd love to have you join us tomorrow, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Love you.
Love you too. Hey, thanks so much for listening. And I encourage you to tune in every day to the Daily Gratitude Call. And the Daily Gratitude Call happens live every weekday morning. I'd love to have you join. So to find out how to join live, go to my website, WileenBenson.com. Thanks for tuning in.